It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
All right, what's happening, everybody? It is showtime, Geno Jones Showtime. So I come to you live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. So programming note from the very top, from the door, from the top of the show. No live show on Friday, which will be March 13th, correct? Because the date is the 12th. Correct, the mundo. Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, no live show. We got the Black Expo weekend here in Charleston, South Carolina. Kicks off actually tonight, but I am here with you tonight. So the next live show is going to be on Monday. So we got a big week next week on Monday. So thank you for tuning in. For everybody watching me live, thank you for watching live. And everybody that's watching the show after it was live, because the show is recorded live, thank you for watching too. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, click on those thumbs up button. Like, share this and every episode. You can share it, copy and paste the link. You can tag it and continue to subscribe. Yes, we have reached our threshold. Initial threshold, 1,000 new subscribers. So our next goal is 100,000. Then we're going for 1 million. So I want to thank everybody. Been working at this for a while. Shout out to Mayor Shardell Murray of the Geno Jones Show, brought to you by the town of Hollywood, South Carolina. Mayor Shardell Murray and Murray's Mortuary. They have 3 locations here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro area. You got Hollywood, South Carolina, Johns Island, South Carolina, and North Charleston, South Carolina. Let's get right into it. Because this is like my Friday show, since I won't be here live Friday. First of all, it's been a lot of talk. So you had 2 things. So we had we have a Target boycott that was initially started by 3 women. I know at least 1, if not 2, maybe all 3 are black. One is a journalist and a social activist. Actually, she got arrested along with Don Lemon. They were covering the protest in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I didn't get a chance to put all my notes down, so I apologize, my sister. So I'm not naming her because I don't want to mess up her name. And like I said, I didn't get a chance to get her name in the notes. But the most important thing is that she was one of the 3 women in Minneapolis, Minnesota, that started the Target boycott, because the corporate headquarters for Target is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Then later on, so here's the timeline. All right, so 2020, by the way, hey, shout to everybody. Listen, if you got a question or a comment, and a cool thing is YouTube has changed everything up. So now I can read your comments, and I still got to look down a little bit. Maybe if I can, I'm gonna have to move my computer. You know what? I just thought about that. Maybe I'm gonna get a new monitor and move it up, then I can read the comments. But jump in that chat room. Hey, is Michelle? Hey, Michelle. It looks like you. Thank you for watching. So I just want to talk. We're talking about the Target boycott as opposed to the Target fast. So anyway, so now this is the timeline. So in January, January of 2025, early January, Target gave Orange Hitler's inauguration fund like $1 million. And then I think they gave something else affiliated to, I know for a fact they gave the Orange Hitler inauguration fund $1 million, at least. So at least $1 million. Then shortly, then February 1st, you had the activists in Minneapolis. Oh, and then right after, I believe, right after the inauguration, but in January, after Target cut this check for $1 million and gave it to Orange Hitler's inauguration fund, Target, I think, was right after the inauguration. Target announced that it was going to cancel, get rid of all of their DEI programs, initiatives. They had committed $2 billion to spend with black businesses. They were like, damn all that. We ain't doing shit. Because we really don't like black folks, even though black Americans were spending $12 million a day. $12 million a day in Target. To this day, I have not heard of any other business in America currently that receives $12 million a day from black consumers. $12 million a day, every day. That's what Target was getting from black people. Primarily, the majority were black women who would love Target, and, it would be like, retail therapy, girls' day out, or you moms and daughters and grandmas and granddaughters and all of that. And Target was like, damn that, we don't give a shit about you Negroes. So the black folks said, well, since you don't give a shit about us, we don't give a shit about you. You don't give a shit about our money. And as my grandmother Jean Jones taught me, she said, Jeannie, don't ever beg nobody. You don't beg nobody to take your money. Your money is just as good as anybody else's. And I remember that. So I say, we don't beg nobody to take our money. You're not doing me a favor, letting me shop in your establishments or to do business with you. I'm giving you my hard-earned money, and you think you so arrogant and narcissistic and ignorant and stupid and racist and all that. You think you're doing me a favor to let me give you my money for your product or to shop with your business? You done lost your damn mind. That's what happened. You had, as my grandmother would say, or my grandfather said, you are plumb crazy. You have lost your ever-loving damn mind. Not gonna beg nobody to take my money. So here we are. Early January. Target gives the check. Target gives the check to our friends. No, not our friends at all. Target gives a check. I guess they're their friend. Target gives a check for $1 million. All right, to help that wacky ass inauguration. That was a fiasco. And shortly after that, Target announced that, hey, you know what? We're getting rid of all of our DEI programs and all of that other stuff. We're getting rid of it, all of it. So February 1st, you had these activists, three activists, black activists, up in Minneapolis said, we are initiating a boycott. There was no end date. They started it February 1st of that same year, so that would have been 2025, right? Then in March, Reverend Jamal Bryant, and I think was Tamika Mallory. Yeah, I think she was part of it. Shout out to her, the sister Tamika Mallory, dynamic. Google Tamika; she's incredible, social justice warrior, among other things, and Representative Nina Turner. She's representative state house up in Ohio. I got a chance to meet Nina Turner, dynamic sister. So today's Thursday. So apparently Wednesday or Tuesday, Pastor Jamal Bryant has got his church down in Atlanta. He actually had a mega church in Baltimore, and he relocated to Atlanta. Pastor Jamal Bryant announced that the Target fast was over. Now, what some people probably didn't know, well, I know for a fact a significant number of people, there's a certain number, I don't know what the number is, but there's a significant number, certain number of people who didn't realize there was a difference between the call to boycott Target, the Target boycott versus the Target fast. And that Pastor Jamal Bryant did not initiate the Target boycott. It was the three sisters up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, who were boycotting Target because, once again, Target's corporate headquarters are in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That was in February 1st of 2025. And then in March, early March, first week, somewhere around March 5th, they announced, Pastor Jamal Bryant announced this Target fast. Then about a month and a half later, April 20th, the fast supposedly was over. But this boycott continues. So there's been a lot of confusion. So a couple days ago, Pastor Jamal Bryant made an announcement publicly that, the Target, but then he said like the Target fast was over. But I thought it was supposedly over in April of 2025. But a lot of people kind of misunderstood and thought that, now I have to look at the video, so I stand to be corrected. But the impression that I get that in whatever public announcement or announcements that Pastor Jamal Bryant made, that he at least gave the impression, if he didn't say it verbatim, many people interpreted that Pastor Jamal Bryant was saying that the Target boycott was over. No. First of all, he was in no position to call off the Target boycott because he didn't start it. Now, I'm not shading Pastor Jamal Bryant because this monologue's not about that. But I know a lot of people watch me, so just for the record, I'm just trying to set it straight. For me, look, I wasn't really big on Target to begin with. The women in my family were, but Target, hell might freeze over before Target sees me again, unless they make a dramatic change. Because there was a lot of talk about, Pastor Jamal Bryant said that apparently Target basically agreed to honor the commitment that they made in terms of saying they were going to support black-owned businesses, and it's $2 billion that they had committed to in 2024, that they were going to honor that commitment. But in terms of all the policies, as a matter of fact, Target released a statement saying that there have been no reversals or there were no reversals or removals of any of the decisions. So they didn't remove or reverse any of the decisions related to DEI. So I'm paraphrasing the public statement that they made. So no, there was no reversals or reinstatement. Those are the two adjectives. There was no reversals or reinstatement of any of the previous policies related to DEI. So what the hell was that all about? So y'all saying, no, we still ain't effing with you Negroes. No, we're not reinstating. We're not reversing anything. All of the DEI programs that we had, we're not reinstating them. We're not reversing the decision to cancel them. No, we're going to keep moving. And we told y'all we'll give some black businesses $2 billion. So we'll give you that and keep it stepping. Now, what I also found out that, maybe about a year ago, the National Black Baptist Convention got a $300,000 check from Target. Just for the record, that right there for you. See that? Put that there. Do with it what you will. But the bottom line is that unless you decided that you don't want to boycott Target, that's your money. But I'm gonna repeat this again. Please hear the voice. You don't know what my grandmother's voice sounds like, but hear the words that she said, because I can hear her voice. Don't beg nobody to take your money. Don't you ever beg nobody to take your money. If they disrespect you, they show you that they disrespect you, that they don't give a shit about you, and they don't give a shit about your money. But you should. So why should you disrespect yourself by doing business with a company that doesn't respect you or give a shit about you? That's got the attitude, well, yeah, y'all be back because y'all can't stay away. Okay, maybe some folks will, but The Target boycott is still on and popping. Unless in your home or you as an individual, if you decide you want to go in there, have at it. But why would you beg somebody to take your money? I just want you to hear it. When you get ready to, when you even drive by, if you happen, even if you're not going by Target, if you are on a street or a highway and you see a Target sign, I want you to hear that. I want you to hear my voice and hear the words of my grandmother, Jean Jones. Don't beg nobody to take your money. Okay? All right. All right, before I get out of here, I want to do something here. I hadn't talked about it a lot. Because in real time, there's really not much we can do to stop this madness. But what we can do is organize, mobilize, and make sure that we are ready to show up in record-breaking numbers in November to at least check this regime and to check this evil. This evil that is dangerous. You got a dude that's 80 years old, that's in poor mental health and physical health, that's insecure, narcissistic, racist, misogynist, sexist, accused of sexual assault, possibly, allegedly, according to some women, pedophile, allegedly, according to some women that have testified in front of the FBI 4 or more times. It was led by the nose by this racist ass, misogynist, killer, murderer that engaged in the genocide of the people of Gaza, still bombing Gaza. Now they're doing the same thing in Lebanon. Bibi Netanyahu, bitch ass Netanyahu, actually Benjamin. And you know, this dude was actually, I believe he was born and raised in Philly or around Philadelphia, in that Philly suburb area. But I digress. And now we've seen gas prices skyrocket. The price of oil on the world market, a barrel of oil is around $100 a barrel. Gas prices have shot up damn near $1 in this almost 2 weeks. This weekend it'll be 2 weeks. I don't need to tell you. You had to fill up your tank. You know, today it seems like every hour the price keeps going up. It's like, okay, this what the hell are we doing? Is this what you all doing? And then you've even heard this madman talk about, well, you know, we might send troops. We might put boots on the ground in Iran. Okay, so I want 2 things. First of all, don't believe what you're seeing on your network news, especially CBS, because CBS is now, you have all these MAGA cult channels. It's not news, it's MAGA propaganda. It's bullshit. And bullshit is just a really raw street way of calling out lies. Bullshit is a lie. CBS, corrupted by MAGA, purchased by this guy David Ellison. His daddy is Larry Ellison. Big MAGA supporters, billionaires. See, that's what we really got. Orange Hitler is just he's just a puppet. He's the figurehead. It's these racist ass billionaires that got this megalomaniac ego that want to take over the world, to where only billionaire white men, primarily Christian in America, but then you got like Bibi Netanyahu, practiced, he's Jewish, it's Judaism, but these people's, their version of their religion, be it Christianity or Judaism or even Islam, especially this white Christian nationalism, has nothing to do with Christ or religion. They just slap. It's like slapping slapping Christianity. Hey, this is the bottle of Christianity, but it's poison, it's cyanide, but the label says Christianity. It has nothing to do with Christianity. It has everything to do with hate, bigotry, misogyny, and power and money. But CBS, the new MAGA wannabe channel, because like the Fox propaganda channel, that's like they're the mothership. But now the networks have been corrupted, the TV networks, especially CBS. NBC is trying to hold out. ABC, I guess it depends, but they bent the knee and settled, a case where Orange Hitler was suing them when all the legal experts said, why did you cut this punk ass a check? You would have won the case. I digress. The Fox propaganda channel, Newsmax, News Nation, One America Network, all these MAGA cult, podcasters who a lot of them are all of a sudden singing a little different tune because, they bought into the bullshit. Now they're like, hey, but you said you were going to release the Epstein files. You said you were going to release the Epstein files. You said that you weren't going to get us into any more silly, endless wars in the Middle East. Well, damn, what happened? The Epstein files haven't been released fully, and here we are in a war led by our nose, led by Bibi Netanyahu and his racist ass government of the state of Israel, not the people. It's like here, not all the people, the majority of people are not with this bullshit. The majority of the people in Israel are not with that bullshit that Bibi Netanyahu is doing. But he's in power, and he's led Orange Hitler by the nose. Oh, we got to attack Iran, and they got all these lies that they got. Oh, they got cruise missiles, they got ballistic missiles that can travel and hit the nation's Washington, D.C., and New York, and Chicago, L.A. Oh, they got a nuclear weapon. None of that. But don't lies, bullshit, none of it. But here we are. So now you got a whole ass mess, and Iran is like, all right, we're gonna really just this thing called the Strait of Hormuz, this little strip about 21 miles wide, that's right at the bottom. So the Persian Gulf, and on the west side, you've got all these oil-rich countries out of the Middle East, from let's see here, from Kuwait to Saudi Arabia, to Bahrain, and then you've got the United Arab Emirates, and you've got Oman. But this little piece of waterway from the Persian Gulf to get out of the Persian Gulf and all those oil-rich countries, this little strip of waterway about 21 miles wide, very near, Strait of Hormuz. And all those ships carrying all that oil from all those Persian Gulf countries I just mentioned are afraid to. They're like, no, because Iran is blowing up these ships full of oil trying to get through that Strait of Hormuz. And Orange Hitler was doing a whole lot of tough talking and talking about, well, I think that these oil companies, they should show some courage and not be afraid. And yeah, we'll, wink, wink, yeah, we'll protect you. Go ahead, show some courage. Go on and go through the Strait of Hormuz. Oh, nothing's going to happen. Well, a whole lot's happened because a whole lot of these ships carrying oil have been blown the fuck up. So, I want to just go back to not believing what you're seeing on American television, American network news. TV news in America, the broadcast channels, specifically CBS, and these MAGA cult channels on cable, like the ones I mentioned, Fox Propaganda Channel, Newsmax, News Nation, One America Network. Now, I will shout out to MS Now, especially Lawrence O'Donnell, even though I was Lawrence, somebody cut and paste this, send it to Lawrence O'Donnell. I'm a huge fan of Lawrence. Man, you are awesome. There are very few people that's appointment viewing for me, and you are one. So I absolutely admire and respect what you do professionally. I did look at you sideways. Now, it's okay that you caping for James Tallarico, but I know you said you reached out to Jasmine Crockett's camp, and she, according to you, said that she wouldn't be available. I'm going to take you at your word, but I have to be honest, Lawrence, because you are a straight shooter. That's one thing I like about you. You know, you have very little patience for what my grandfather said, foolishness. Or as I would call the bullshit. You're not one, you don't take kindly, you don't have patience for the bullshit, and neither do I. So, but I did, so I had to look at you sideways because I was like, okay, it's okay that you have your favorite, but it's, y'all really disrespecting this black woman. I digress, but when it comes to covering Orange Hitler, you have been fearless. All the way before he even ran the first time. So I have to give you your props on that, even though I'm looking at you sideways about how you handled Jasmine, but nobody's perfect, including me. But in terms of credible, yes, you Lawrence O'Donnell, MS Now, shout out to my girl Simone Sanders, Rachel, and because Rachel, I love you. You are amazing. I did look at you sideways when Joy Reid got fired. I know you weren't her boss. You weren't, you weren't the boss of the entire network, but you had a lot of pull because you getting $30 million a year. You were. So I digress because I don't want people to lose focus. The bottom line is, I'm encouraging everybody to look at some of the foreign news channels to get that perspective, because they are showing you a lot of shit that you won't see. You might see it on MS Now, some shit you may see a little bit on CNN, because CNN looks like they're about to be taken over by the same David Ellison, Larry Ellison family that took over CBS. And we see how that worked out for CBS. They have CBS was the platinum standard for journalism. Edward R. Murrow, Walter Cronkite in Chicago, Bill Curtis, Walter Jacobson, WBBM TV. They were the platinum standard for journalism. And now it's not even journalism. They're almost worse than Fox, the Fox fake news channel. It's embarrassing. And so many people left. Now, Gail, you stayed to get your check. I'm not even going to have that conversation. Do what you got to do. I'm not patting your pockets. I'm not counting your money, but all money ain't good money. Hello, Stephen A. Smith. I digress. Let me move on. Watch the BBC News. Watch Al Jazeera. Got to get a different perspective. Some cable outlets have French 24. That's like France's version of CNN. Without David Ellison taking over trying to turn it MAGA. Check out the Financial Times, The Guardian, some different perspectives. Because you'll see that bullshit that Orange Hill is talking. Nope. No. Now, but what's happening? Because you see the stock market, once again, the market is basically telling Orange Hitler, hey man, you messing with our money. You fucking up our money. Now, they're only going to let him F up their money so much. But here's the thing. We know that crazy racist ass, that evil demonic Bibi Netanyahu, he's got a hard on for Iran. In Israel, they do have nuclear weapons. They do. And to me, my opinion, just looking at how they engage right next door to, literally, they shared the same land, just these artificial borders. They have completely destroyed Gaza. They turned Gaza into like just a big, like a parking lot of rubble. Do you not think Bibi Netanyahu has had a hard-on fantasy of destroying Iran Because they say, well, Iran said they wanted to destroy Israel. So both of you MFs are crazy. But Iran don't. Well, we can't let Iran get a nuclear weapon. Bibi Netanyahu, a nuclear weapon in your hand, to me, is just as dangerous. Because I'm 10 toes, I am absolutely convinced that Bibi Netanyahu would not hesitate to drop a nuclear weapon on Iran. I believe that with every fiber in my body. The only reason he probably didn't drop a nuclear weapon on Gaza, because that's basically they share that same strip of land. But Iran has a vote in this now. War, some people try to remix, come up with a clever name. Well, it's an excursion, and punk ass Pete Hegseth. Don't just disregard him, because he is such a, I don't know what he's trying to overcompensate for. Dude, you got some masculinity issues. I don't know what latent repression you got going on. I don't even want to know. I'm not a therapist, but dude, you got some issues, dude, because this fake bravado and tough talking. Since you're so tough, you know what you need to do, Pete Hegseth? And since Orange Hitler's talking about, yes, we might put boots on the ground. So if Orange Hitler, if he sends our men and women of the military, if he sends any U.S. military into Iraq with their boots on the ground, the very first person who need to have on a pair of boots will turn 20 in 7 days. That's Barron Trump. So since you all so gung-ho, so grab Barron Trump with Pete Hegseth. Now, he's got a son that's not quite 18 yet, but I say, fuck it. Send his ass too. All of these folks is so gung-ho about, and now it's like, well, we may reinstate a draft. So if you do that, then that means every elected official in the federal government, from the executive branch, the president, everybody in that regime cabinet, everybody in the U.S. Senate and the U.S. House of Representatives, that vote to send ground troops to invade Iraq and to put boots on the ground, every person that would vote for that, any person of military age, I think, 18, I think you could join the military up to 40? Any person that would vote for that in either president, regime, cabinet, House, Senate, senator, U.S. representative. If you have a draft age son, daughter, grandchild, niece, or nephew, instantly drafted, skip the boot camp, damn boot camp. We're going to put your ass on one of these big C-130 planes that's not that far from where, there's some C-130s that's in the general area, not too many hundreds of miles from where I'm standing right now. Put them on those planes, skip the boot camp, put that M16 in their hand, and put their ass. Look, you want to go fight? You so big, bad, and tough, lethal war fighters, this maximum lethality. All right, just understand that the Iranians are going to shoot back at your ass. But since if you about that life, then fine. But don't draft all these poor and working class sons and daughters and grandchildren. We've already lost too many. The last count, it was 8 men and women, rest in power, soldiers. See, these people want to throw a rock and hide their hand. They want to draft, they want to send your son and your daughter. Yes, you, MAGA. They want to send your son and your daughter and your grandchild to die. So what? So they can take control of the Iranian oil. You ain't going to see any of that money. You know who's going to see it? Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump, Steve Witkoff. It's part of the regime and his sons and daughters. These billionaires, you're not going to see any of that money. The only thing that's going to happen is they'll get control of that oil and then jack up the price more because they can. See, y'all better wake up. I told you this whole whiteness, this social con game construct of whiteness is bullshit. It was created to divide your dumb ass so you wouldn't realize your real enemy is these quote unquote Europeans who created this whiteness who don't give a shit about your poor broke ass. But they created this so you could be distracted and a diversion to think that people with melanin in their skin are the reason that your ass has lived in poverty or in that trailer park, or that you will never become one of these billionaires, because they don't want to bother with you. They can't stand you. They look down upon you. They called you peasants. The wealthy Europeans called poor and working class European peasants before they created this whole construct of whiteness, which was to control all the social, economic, and political power. Stop playing, because that's playing out. So if we're going to have ground troops, let's start off with Barron Trump. Pete Hegseth, he ain't too old. You know, put some boots on, Mr. Tough Guy. I can bench press 350. Well, bench press one of them M16s and get your ass on one of those oil tankers in the Straits of Hormuz, because your orange lord and savior said these companies should show some courage. So, okay, Pete Hegseth, Barron Trump, show some courage. Get your punk ass on one of those oil carriers going through the Straits of Hormuz. Or if you're going to invade Iraq, you should be in the very front of the ground troops, front of the line. Barron Trump, Pete Hegseth. I would snatch Don and Eric and Tiffany and Ivanka, all of their ass. And Lindsey Graham would, you don't have any children, Lindsey. Oh, butterfly. Well, if you got nephews or nieces, I would draft their ass. Because Lindsey Graham, who's unfortunately, and hopefully, as a matter of fact, I'm naming and claiming that we will get his ass out of the U.S. Senate, because I'm right here in South Carolina. Because people don't give a shit about you. It should be clear now. All the shit that you were saying, oh, Kamala Harris is going to get us in, everything that Orange Hitler said about what, back in the day, Barack Obama and what Kamala Harris was going to do, he was projecting, because he's done everything he accused her of or said that she would do. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. Shout out to everybody. Thanks everybody checking in tonight in the chat room. Hey, Michelle, I really appreciate it, and everybody else. Please like, share, subscribe. This and every episode. Programming, no live show Friday. We got the Taste of Black Expo, and then Saturday, the Charleston Black Expo is going to be a huge event at the Charleston Area Convention Center. I'll be back right here, live on my YouTube channel, The Geno Jones Show, on Monday. So thank you for letting me be a part of your life. God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show, like I said, live normally Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. All right, the Geno Jones Show, brought to you by the town of Hollywood, South Carolina, Mayor Shardell Murray, and Murray's Mortuary. They have 3 locations here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro area. You got Hollywood, South Carolina, Johns Island, South Carolina, North Charleston, South Carolina. So thank you, Mayor Murray. You'll be seeing Mayor Shardell Murray on the show. They got some exciting things happening. She is just amazing as a mayor. She's always got something exciting going on, not just for the residents of her town, but just people in the surrounding communities and the greater Charleston metro area. Go down to Hollywood, South Carolina, and hang out. So shout out to you, Mayor Shardell Murray. I'm sure I'll see her this weekend. All right, Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. She is the CEO Check her Lexi Jones collection out, lx.ncl_. lx.ncl_. And of course, the official barber hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show, Markel Bailey, the CEO of Designer Cuts. Check him out on Instagram. He is the Master Barber's Master Barber. Check him out. It's KELBECUTTINUP. Kel B Cutting Up. KELBECUTTINUP. All right, I love you. Love, listen, I don't give a damn about what Webster's dictionary says. I know say, oh, love's a noun. Actually, love is a verb. It's an action word. Show somebody. When you love somebody, show them you love them. And how do you do that? How do you show them? By your actions and your behavior. Consistently. Love me 360. Don't love me on Valentine's Day or my birthday or Christmas. Anita Baker had a song, Same Old Love, 365 days a year. That good old consistent, boy, I can depend on you. Love me every day. And show your love to the people you love every day. And I love you. Have a great weekend. We'll see you live. So make sure that you go back, binge watch. If you missed any of this episode, I've had some great monologues. If you missed any episode from this week, just go to my YouTube channel. As soon as the show is over, you can see this show in its entirety if you came in halfway through, whatever, or you can go back and binge watch all of my episodes right here on the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Once again, don't forget, as I leave you, like, share, subscribe, become a sponsor, advertise, shoot me an email, GenoJonesShow@gmail, GenoJonesShow@gmail, or you can financially support the show if you love the show and the energy and what we stand for, which is just humanity. We lean into humanity. We choose humanity. That's for everybody. I see everyone's humanity, but I don't tolerate hate and inhumanity, because it is truly, we are living in a time to where there's a choice between humanity, leaning into our common humanity, or leaning into our inhumanity and our hate. So if you'd like to support the show financially, you can do it via Zelle or Cash App. Now, you can Zelle your financial support, use that same email address, GenoJonesShow@gmail. All one word, no the. That's how you spell it right there, GenoJonesShow@gmail. Now, you can also Cash App the show, your financial support. Cash App $Dad G Jones. All one word again, capital D, lowercase a d, capital G J, lowercase ONES. I love you. Go back and binge watch all my episodes, and we'll see you live. Make it a Geno Jones Show binge watch weekend. I'll see you live Monday evening, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central, 4:30 p.m. out on the West Coast.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.